counting me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Diffuse, mine it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walk a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Applied myself, I felt it in. No time for that doubt, they can't.
Welcome everyone back to another exciting episode of Unfazed, featuring your boy AJ and JJ. JJ, man, before we get into all of the topics today, how you feeling today, man? How you feeling?
I mean, it's free agency time, you know. Adam Peters in the kitchen, doing a good job. I'm loving what he's doing so far. We're not done. But I see y'all keeping some players. Y'all also losing a lot of players. But I see with the new cut. Is that the Super Bowl AJ I'm looking at?
Hey, it might just be, man. Super Bowl AJ, you know. Had to get right. You know what I mean? Had to get right. You know, your boy got tired of all the hair y'all seeing, all the graphics and whatnot. So, you know, I told the barber, hey, man, cut it all off, man. Cut it all off. So now I'm bringing back the do-rags and the wave grease, the brushes and all of that. You know what I mean? I'm bringing it back, man. I'm trying to get right, man. Going for a more professional look these days. You know what I mean? You know, as you elevate, you get older, you decide to make decisions like that, man. So I'm about to be 30 in April, man. You know what I'm saying? Beginning of April, I'm about to be 30 years old, bro. So I'm like, it's time for a switch up. Right. So
Step here.
Yeah, man. Exactly. So, but yeah, enough about that. Enough about my hair. Y'all ain't here for that, man. Y'all here for us to talk ball. Obviously, as we all know, as my boy Joe already brought up, free agency has started, it has begun, and we've seen a lot of different moves. We've seen teams make moves, right? We've seen teams lose players. We've seen teams not do nothing. So far, Joe, talk to me about who you think so far are the free agency winners, and then we'll get to the losers a little later.
We a winner. We are winners. AJ,
first and foremost.
Yeah, first and foremost. Let me start with we're one of the biggest winners in my opinion. I just have questions about one move we did, but I like the move. I have minor questions about something about the move. But first, I like what we did. We got Debo. Boo-boo. We understand that. We talked about that already. Bringing back Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner was so crucial, in my opinion. Zach Ertz was very excited to play with Jalen Daniels. He said they built a rapport, and he wanted to come back. He's a veteran leader who won a Super Bowl. You want to keep those guys around. And his play was really good last year. I mean, he earned some incentive money. He caught touchdowns. He was our second leader receiver last year. So you keep him. You don't want to lose your second leader receiver. So you keep him for another year. And then, a safety net. And we bring back Bobby Wagner. That was big, in my opinion. Bringing back Bobby Wagner, the leader of that defense, the one that caught the fumble from Baker Mayfield in the playoffs. Big play. I'm not gonna say big plays. That's your boy, Big Play Slay. But you get what I'm saying? But he make big plays, Mm-hmm. So we kept those two. And then we get Kinlaw. Now, Kinlaw is the move that I kind of question because of the money we paid him. I think we're paying him around like $16 million a year, and he didn't really have a great year last year. Now, but what I like about the move is he's a run stopper. And you preached to me all last year. Hey, Joe, I know you were concerned about that back end, but your run defense is trash. All right, y'all gotta stop the run. All right, that's the run. You were telling me that all last year, right? So we addressed that. Now we got rid of Jonathan Allen, who was, in my opinion, underperforming. He wasn't playing towards his contract. I was surprised Minnesota Vikings paid him that much money, but shout out to him. So we got Kinlaw, and then we bring my man. I know when we got Laramie, Tunsil, he was like, dang.
Good move. That's a great move.
That remind me of you probably like it remind me of somebody I have on my team protecting Taylor Hurts. A Hall of Fame over there. So Lane Johnson, he's one of the best tackles in the NFL. Now, I saw a comparison between him and Lane's numbers, and it's like identical. They have identical numbers, and you gotta realize CJ Stroud was on a terrible offensive line, and he was the only bright spot on the offensive line, and they got rid of him. So I don't understand what that's going on over there. So I thought it was a big move because now when you have a tackle on the blind side, you know this. There was no double teaming nobody. You put a Micah over there or a Trey Hendrickson over there. You can trust this guy to take care of him one-on-one. And if you got a double on the other side, do what you got to do. But this blind side, we straight. There was a lot of talks during the season. Oh, Jalen Daniels love to run to the right. We straight. We're going to run to the right even more because the left is straight. We ain't worrying about the left side of the field because my man got it down pat. We're going to look to the right. We're going to run to the right if we got to. But so I like what we did so far in the free agency. I feel like we are a huge, huge winner. I got one more, but I'm going to let you go first.
Okay, well, I got two. So if you want to throw another one out there, go ahead real quick.
I'm not going to say too much, but Chicago Bears. I feel like the Chicago Bears were big winners. I hope I ain't taking your team.
You did. It's all good. Keep going though. Keep going.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. You could add. You could fill that.
Okay.
Chicago Bears a big issue. I mean, big upgrade. Now we look at the Chicago Bears. We look at the team. We like, yo, why are they losing? They have the defense is good. They got the skilled players, right? The quarterback. I mean, number 1 overall pick. The offensive line was an issue, and the head coaching. So what they do, they replace the head coach and get Ben Johnson. And Ben Johnson, you know what he wants to do? He wants to run the ball. What he goes do? Go trade for the Chiefs' best offensive lineman, right? They go get him, and they added another center and another guard. So they got 3 offensive linemen. They got this all. I think it was 4. But 3 offensive linemen they got this all season. That's going to help him out. So I feel like just that move alone, buffering, like getting that offensive line straight, was a big win for the Chicago Bears, and especially Caleb Williams.
Yeah, man, I got 2 teams. One of them, like you said, took right out of my notes, bro. The Chicago Bears. I got for starters, you got Ben Johnson. For starters, like that's how you started off. That's got nothing to do with free agency, but it is kind of their offseason, right? So we know what Ben Johnson did with the Detroit Lions. I mean, they got one of the more high-powered offenses in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Now you give Caleb Williams that. We'll see what he could do. They revamped the trenches, bro. That was the most important thing for them, dude. Like, they could not protect Caleb Williams for nothing. The boy stayed getting sacked. He stayed under pressure. Like, no quarterback under them circumstances, especially a young quarterback, is going to be successful. We kind of knew that coming in, right? I thought he would do a little bit better because you do have some weapons, so maybe you get the ball out quicker. But even then, the man had no time. You got Eberflus out there, man. Eberflus was just selling, bro. Like, I think most notably back to that Lions game, man, where they ran the clock all the way down when they had a timeout and had to throw almost like a Hail Mary to the end zone. So just goofy stuff over there. But like you said, they go pick up 3 offensive linemen. They pick up 2 defensive linemen as well because, you know, the defensive line wasn't the greatest either. So I like the type of offseason that they've had. I want to see, are they going to try to go, you know what I'm saying, get another receiver? We'll see about that. We got the draft coming up too. But so far I like what they've done. And the other team I have here, I could have said the Commanders because the Commanders came to mind, but I knew you was going to talk about the Commanders. So I'm like, I'm going to let Joe have the Commanders because they are having an impressive offseason. I do like what I see the Commanders doing, but I also like what I see from the Vikings. I'm not going to lie. Like, I do like some of the offseason moves they have made. They made sure they re-signed Byron Murphy, right, for the defense. They went up there. They got Isaiah Rodgers. I'm high on Isaiah Rodgers. I think Isaiah Rodgers from Philadelphia, Super Bowl champ, you know what I mean? I think dog could be a starter in the league. You know what I mean? We saw he was a starter before he got hit with the gambling the year before last, right? But I think he could be a solid, you know, number 1 or number 2 in the league. You know what I mean? You go out there and you get Javon Hargrave. I'm still a little older. Hargrave and Jonathan Allen, a little older. But I feel like for this team, what they need up front, they got 2 really good edge rushers already, 2 young edge rushers. I feel like having that and then getting that experience up front is going to help them. I feel like ultimately those 2 moves for the immediate future, I think they'll be productive. You also go out there, you re-sign Aaron Jones, and you pick up 2 offensive linemen to help with the interior of the offensive line because the Vikings have always had issues with the interior of their offensive line. That's been a thing for the longest. What are we going to do about the interior of the offensive line? What are we gonna do about the interior of the offensive line? Well, you got Ryan Kelly and Will Fries now. So I feel like they have done a successful job this year of addressing issues that they have had in previous years and even last year. And I look for the Vikings to be pretty solid this year. So I would say the Bears, the Vikings. You could throw other teams out there again. You can throw the Commanders out there. The Broncos haven't had a bad free agency either. You can throw some other teams out there, but the two teams that come to mind outside of the Commanders, Chicago, Minnesota.
Hey, real quick, some breaking news: the Chiefs and the Commanders illegally tampered with the Ravens tackle Ronnie Stanley by making him offers before he resigned with the Baltimore Ravens. Kansas City offered him around $20 million, and the Commanders gave him an offer over $24 million.
Now, Chiefs, y'all got no excuse, man. Well, y'all know better, right? Y'all know better. But your boy Peters, man, hey, somebody let him know how this works, man. You can't be doing that, bro. You can't be doing that, bro. You gotta wait till it's legal. Now he you know what I mean? But too anxious, trying to hurry up.
But you know how it is. Y'all was accused for tampering, and y'all can't be innocent.
That's true. That's very true.
So yeah, wait. Hey, innocent to prove guilty.
That's fair. That's fair. I like that. That's fair. That's
fair. That Saquon situation was tampering. It was a little tamper going on.
I mean, we knew he wanted to be in Philly. You know what I mean? We knew.
But I do want to give a shout out to the Patriots too. I feel like they had a great offseason so far. So Patriots and Vikings were one of my. I had like 5, and Patriots one of them, and then Vikings. Yeah, I think bringing back Murphy was big for them. It was very huge. He was on the market still, like, and they brought him back. But yeah, that was big. All right, AJ, I'm curious what you gonna say. You talked about the winners. Whenever there's a winner, there's a loser. Has to be. So AJ, who are the biggest losers to you so far in this free agency?
Let me pull up, get back deep into these notes, man. First and foremost, the 49ers, bro.
Ooh.
The 49ers. I'm waiting on that Brandon Ayuk trade to come through. I'm waiting on that. Because I think right when that trade come through, I'm officially closing that chapter on the Niners. I'll give them a shot as long as they got Ayuk coming back healthy with Brock Purdy. I still think they can be a dynamic duo in the league. Because I like Brandon Ayuk a lot. I really do. And I'm not as high on Brock Purdy as some, but I'm definitely not as low either. I think Brock Purdy can play. I've seen enough to be like, dog, he can play. But if you trade Ayuk and you lose Debo, then I'm kind of like, I don't know at that point, right? But you lose your fullback, you lose Debo Samuel, you lose your all-pro safety, you lose Javon Hargrave, you lose Aaron Banks. I mean, they Leonard Floyd. I mean, they have completely cleaned house, bro. And it's at the point now where if I'm a 49ers fan, bro, like, man, I'm so hurt over the last 5 to 7 years, bro. I'm so hurt because you look at all of the players that they've lost, and it's like it's no way we shouldn't have at least one Super Bowl ring, bro. All of the playoff runs they went on, bro, getting to the NFC Championship, getting to the Super Bowl twice, and to not have one ring. That stings, bro. So far, I got them as a loser, man. It looked like they doing a hard reboot, hard reset over there, man. They not really adding a bunch. They losing everything, and it's just like, are they clearing room to pay Brock at this point? I saw Micah Parsons like back to reality. Brock Purdy not on a rookie contract no more. I'm like, Micah, bro, this ain't the time, bro. This ain't the time, bro. He always got to be putting this, putting his stuff on everybody else's business. Like, bro, relax. You know what I mean? But I think the 49ers are definitely one of the losers. I got the Dallas Cowboys as one of the losers, too. Another reason why I'm telling Micah Parsons, bro, be quiet. Because what y'all do? Like, they are a loser at this time of the year every year. I feel like that's an easy answer. You know what I mean? They're a loser every year, bro. Because they don't make no moves. They don't do anything. And like for me with the Dallas Cowboys, the crazy thing about Dallas to me, bro, is like, now you sit back and you just watch the Philadelphia Eagles go to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years, win one. You sit back and you watch the Commanders go to the NFC Championship last year, right? Make moves this offseason. And you sit back and you do nothing, knowing that your roster is not good enough. You got Dak Prescott restructuring his deal. You got CeeDee Lamb restructuring his deal. And you sit back and you do nothing. You got Micah Parsons on social media talking about everybody else's situation. You still ain't re-signed him to the contract that he deserves. It's like, I think at this point, bro, they are all about selling tickets, being in front of the media. And it's always been like that, but now it's just become so clear to me that it's just all about like their the popularity and the name, the Dallas Cowboys, the star, more so than it's about winning. Because nothing else makes sense, bro. You're at this point right now, if things keep going the way they're going, I think they will be better with Dak when Dak comes back healthy. I do expect them to be in the mix. But right now, y'all really fighting for third place. Y'all fighting for third, maybe fourth place. You know what I mean? In the division. Like, so they are easily a loser for me. And last but not least, Joe, I got my Birds as a loser so far. Emphasis on so far. Emphasis on so far. Because as we all know, I'm an Eagles fan. As we all know, we just won the Super Bowl. I believe in Howie Roseman. And Howie Roseman told us this type of stuff was going to happen. He told us. He forewarned us. I know everybody not like me and you, Joe. I know you just like me. We watching all the interviews. We listening to the players. We listening to the GMs. We listening to the coaches. I watched Howie Roseman at the Combine. They asked him a question about the fans. You got any message for the Philadelphia Eagles fans? And it wasn't, hey, y'all, we just won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Feels great to be here. It wasn't nothing that. It was nothing positive like that. It was more so, y'all be patient. We're going to make some interesting decisions. We're going to make some interesting moves. I just need y'all to be patient. It's a plan in place, but y'all got to trust the process in a way, roundabout. Understand we're going to lose some guys. And some of the moves you expected. Like, I didn't expect to bring back Josh Sweat, especially to the money that he signed to. Ain't no way. I kind of assumed Milton Williams was going to be gone, right? And I also assumed Slade was going to be gone. It was the three guys I'm like, yeah, we probably not going to bring back. And you know, they putting James Bradbury on graphics and stuff. It's like, come on, bro. We all know James Bradbury was gone. But a couple moves that shocked me, bro. Isaiah Rodgers, that one kind of stung a little bit. Do you trust Kelly Ringo? Do you go and draft a young DB now in the draft again? That was interesting. What's my boy name? Owen Burks. The Owen Burks deal kind of hurt me too. He signed for 2 years, $5 million, bro. 2 years, $5 million? With the Bengals, you couldn't have given him $5 million for 2 years? Like that, the way he played in the playoffs, in the Super Bowl, he was a big-time addition. He was a big-time piece for us. He made plays. He forced fumbles. He got sacks. He was a QB spy on Jaden Davis. Like, that was big. And then the one that hit me the most, just today, I got the breaking news from my co-host here, Joe Jordan. I didn't even respond right away. I didn't know what to say. JJ traded. And what, to me, this move hurt the most. I know CJ, he do a lot of talking. I know CJ, you know, he might not be the best personality for everybody, right? And he does irritate me sometimes as a fan. Sometimes it's like, CJ, bro, like, that didn't need to be said. You ain't need to do this. You ain't got to move like this. Like, but at the end of the day, bro, CJ is Philly. Carl, leave me alone, bro. CJ is Philly. At the end of the day, bro, you need that attitude. You need that swag. You need that confidence in the locker room. We saw CJ first year in Philadelphia, tie the league for interceptions in 2022, losing the Super Bowl, right? You lose them that offseason. Everybody thinking we going to be fine. We got this offense. We still got playmakers on defense. The defense was not the same the following year at all. We needed that attitude. We needed that swag back in the locker. It was my biggest thing. We need that swag back in the locker room. We bring it back. I don't even think CJ had that great of a year, to be honest. I think he had 6 picks again, 5 or 6 picks again. But at the end of the day, CJ, his mindset, his attitude, his swag, all of that stuff was there. And he brought that back to the team. He brought that attitude back to the team. Number one defense. It wasn't all because of him, but it wasn't the number one defense without him either. Right? And we go win the Super Bowl. And now you trade him again? Not trade him, but I mean, you didn't trade him before, but you lose him again?
They trade him.
Yeah. Like, it to me, that part doesn't make sense. And the only thing I can say, and I'll pass it to you for your losers, Joe. The only thing I can say is this. When Howie Roseman said that, like I said, I already had a couple names that went through my head that we were going to lose. But the first thing that came to mind is, man, he's been drafting so well. I know, like, in a way, it kind of hurts you because you drafting so well, you can't keep everybody. Jalen Carter is going to reset the market. When it's time for Quinyon Mitchell to get signed, he might reset the market. Cooper DeJean might reset the market. Are you going to bring back Jordan Davis? Are you going to bring back Nakobe Dean? Like, these guys also got to get paid. So I understand it. You got to make room for your core pieces. But I firmly believe CJ GJ should have been one of your core pieces because you've now seen him twice on your team help you get to Super Bowls. That's not a piece that's going to be easy to replace. So I have the Eagles as losers so far, man. Now, again, do I think I'll feel this way by the start of the season? Absolutely not. I think Howie's going to find a way to maneuver things and get certain players, and I think he's going to do well in the draft as well. So I'm not, as a fan, I'm not worried. But if you ask me today who is one of the biggest losers, I can't just ignore what my team has done. So I got to go with Dallas, San Fran, and Philadelphia. But the only thing that separates us is we got that ring. We got that ring, so we ain't tripping too much. we ain't too mad. We got our ring in our window, so I ain't tripping too much.
So okay. So I'm gonna push. Well, okay. So you said for now, y'all lost for now.
And because we're talking just for now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
for
for
now.
now.
At the moment, yeah.
So I get that. And then the 49ers. So y'all and the 49ers are kind of like in the same boat. Y'all both kept. Y'all both won. Y'all just won a Super Bowl. I'm talking about this.
Right.
So no, y'all are different because y'all brought back Zach Bron. Y'all and that's it. That's what y'all paid so far on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
But y'all got young rookies that stepped up last year. So y'all had that situation. But y'all let Slay go. Y'all let all these guys go, right? All these guys who were key parts of these last two Super Bowl runs, right? So last 3 years. And then the 49ers, they got rid of like the whole defense. Like all the key guys except for Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. But Ward, you said you went through a list. But here what I got to say about those two teams, though. One thing about the Eagles and the 49ers, they kept their offense intact. So the 49ers still got Brock Purdy. They still got Brandon Ayuk. They got rid of Debo, but that was necessary. We knew what was going on with that. They still got Kittle. They still got Trent Williams. They still got Christian McCaffrey. Y'all still got Saquon. Y'all just re-signed AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. What's up with the Dallas Goddard trade? I heard he requested a trade.
That's another thing. We might be trading Dallas Goedert. We might be trading Dallas Goedert.
I hope he's not thinking I need to get my numbers.
I think it's the Eagles. It's the Eagles that are looking to trade him more so than him looking for a trade, bro. I don't think we want to pay him due to his injury history. He 30 years old. Like I think the Eagles are like they want to be as young as possible. I think that's their new formula. Like while we in this window of like, our offense being as young as they are and in their prime, the Eagles are trying to get as young as possible, as soon as possible. And I mean, I like the way our backup Grant Cockatera stepped up. I hear some tight ends in the draft. So he might be another one of those guys that like end up hitting the door. And then in the immediate, that's a loss. So they got it. That also has to be included in why they're losers at the moment. You know what I mean? At least for me, because DG is DG, but he do be hurt a lot. He do be hurt a lot. So
yeah, he was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah.
But both of y'all, 49ers, now obviously this number is going to go down because y'all got to fill in your roster, right? But right now, y'all have $18 million in cap space right now, right? But next year, y'all and the 49ers, $115 million apiece. So, like I said, obviously I got to fill in the roster, but filling in with draft picks. I know the 49ers, they got 11 draft picks this year and 10 next year. So I didn't look y'all's up. I don't know what y'all got, but the 49ers got 21 draft picks in the next 2 years. So they can like rebuild that. And like I said, they kept the offense intact and they just brought in Robert Saleh. So he's gonna have the defense. They're gonna be straight. And y'all coordinator, like yeah. So that's how I'm looking at both of y'all. Like y'all are making moves, like you said, to get young, especially 49ers. They are old. They are so old. They want to get younger. So that's that. Also, Joey Bosa signed with the Buffalo Bills for a $13 million contract.
Oh, okay.
All right. My losers. Yes, I agree. The Cowboys are big losers. Probably the biggest loser. The biggest loser in the NFL right now are the Cowboys. And and this is the main reason why they lose. Not because they didn't attack in free agency. This is why they lose. Max Crosby gets paid. Then Myles Garrett ups him up by $4 million. First of all, you restructure Dak's contract. You restructure CD Lamb contract. You got $50 million extra. You say yourself, we don't look in the free agency to fill in the voids like that. Okay. I took that as you about to re-sign Micah. You about to extend Micah. You're going to use that extra bread to get Micah. You don't sign Micah. Okay. Max Crosby comes out. Record-breaking deal. $100 million, $36 million a year. You're like, oh, snap. Micah like, all right, Jerry, I need 37. And then right after that, Myles Garrett upped them by another $4 million a year, $40 million a year. And Micah's sitting back like, yo, what's up? And you still haven't paid him? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for another guy to get paid? Like, what are we doing right now? You know, Micah is in that highest paid non-QB conversation. He said that. So if Jamar Chase get paid and gets $41 million, then come on, what are we talking about? You know, so and then all this news going on, right? Because I was working doing a free agency, and I just listened to somebody talking about it, and then I'm working, and all I hear is the Cowboys made a move. I'm like, okay, what they do? They re-signed a long sniper for 2 extra years. I'm like, and this is like after like everybody making moves, boom, boom,
Big
boom,
moves
boom,
too.
boom, 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 big moves. And then I hear Calvin like, okay, well, you know, I've been feeling so bad for them. I got excited, AJ, because I want this NFC East to be competitive. I want 3 of us to be fighting for first, not just 2 teams. I know I'm new to the dance, but you get what I'm saying. Right? I would love to see the Cowboys be competing for that first spot too.
Yeah.
And they talk about somebody sounding long snapper. I'm like, come on, man. Like, come on, y'all. And then Coach mentioned this on R2L. Then they went and got Javonte, oh my gosh.
Turpin?
No, Javonte Williams, the running back from the Broncos.
Oh, yes.
That's a decent pickup. He's been dealing with injuries since his rookie year for real. He's been dealing with injuries. You know, so I don't know how that's gonna look, but they are big losers. My other loser though, the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans. I get it. They made some moves defensively. Defense is already good. Now you made it better. I get it. But the main issue with the Texans was the offensive line. They had the second worst offensive line in the NFL, and you get rid of your best offensive lineman and your second best offensive lineman. See, like, what are we doing? So, like you said, right now, because they can get into the draft and they can drive the old lineman, they can find a diamond in the rough that I didn't know too much about, and then, you know, but far as how we looking right now, but they did go get Christian Kirk. They got a skill player to replace because Wilson got hurt in the playoffs. They went and got a skill player. They went and got CJ. They went and got some other people too on defense too. They made some moves. Like Mario Edwards Jr., MJ Stewart. They made some moves, you know. But then you got rid of 2 of your offensive linemen. So I thought that was a big loser because CJ really couldn't be CJ we saw in rookie year because the man was rushed every time he dropped back. He was under pressure every single time. So if you want to see your quarterback and not take a dip like that, how about you protect him? That's why I like what we did. We like, yo, we not trying to play CJ. We gonna get us a top. We gonna hey CJ, can we take that from you for a second? And we're gonna put it over here. So those are my 2 biggest losers: the Cowboys and the Texans.
No, I agree. I think the only pushback is like the comparison between the Niners and the Eagles. I feel like the Niners have lost like at least like in the case of Philadelphia, you expected most of these people to be gone, and I don't view them as like they feel as an Eagles fan that's already been in tune. I'm not looking at a good amount of them like, dang, we lost him. Whereas the Niners, it's like, yo, like they losing, like I feel like they losing their core, bro. Like I feel like they are losing their core on both sides. Like if they get rid of Ayuk, which has not happened yet, but Ayuk and Debo, I mean, what you got left? You got CMC, you got Brock Purdy, you got Trent Williams. That's it. And Trent getting old, bro. Trent getting old. So it's like And then you lose almost the entire defense besides your middle linebacker. Like, that's why I don't look at them like the people that made the biggest plays in the Super Bowl will take that back because Milton and Sweat definitely made huge plays in the Super Bowl. But
Sweat
the people
baby.
have played. That's true. But like when I think about the Eagles, when I think about Philly, I think more so about the young guys and the guys that they just let go. I still feel like their core is in place. The reason why the JJ piece hurts is because CJ I felt like should have been a part of the core. Should have what you want me to say? Oh, Jawan, there you go. Jawan Jenkins. They got Jawan. I said Jenkins. Jawan Jennings. There you go. They got Jawan Jennings. There you go. I don't know what he gonna do, right? Without having Debo or and possibly without having IU. We gonna really see what Jawan Jennings got then. We gonna see then.
For real. They got
You know
Ricky
what I mean?
Pearsall too.
Right. So what Jawan gonna be your number one receiver? Like we gonna see. I you know what? Sign me up. I would love to see that. I would love to see him as your number one receiver out here, getting checked by number one DBs. Yes, sign me up. Sign me up. But that's the only thing. That's my only pushback though. I look at the 49ers as a team that is in clear rebuild mode, and I look at the Eagles as still with for the most part everything in place. Yeah, they just like, all right, let's get these guys out of here. Now let's bring in some more guys and try to continue on the same trajectory.
I'm with you. Y'all in different levels. Like I said, like you said too, like y'all have the young guys that just came up with fantastic seasons. You still got Jalen Carter is young, Jordan Davis is young. Your cornerbacks are young, right? So, but the 49ers, my thing with them is they still gotta play Brock Purdy. So like they haven't played Brock Purdy, and you got all these dudes up for contract. See, that's a mistake on management too, though. So you can't say they losers because all these dudes are posting their last year in their contract, and we haven't extended none of these guys the year prior. What's going on a lower price? Javarius Ward, Greenlaw. I mean, these are Hufanga.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
I was like, dang,
bro, that's the core.
That's Greenlaw level. I was like, yo.
Bro, that's their best defenders.
Yeah.
Besides Fred Warner, like when I think of their defense, those are the players I think of. Ward, Greenlaw, you know what I mean? Like, Javon comes to mind. Hufanga, like now to their, the only pushback I will say is Hufanga been hurt a lot recently, so he ain't really been playing anyway. But like, he's still a part of like what you think of when you think of the Niners. And then again, like. The Debo thing is a big deal, bro, because Debo was a big part of their he's a big part of their identity. Like that tough, hard-nosed, run through tackles, break tackles, the guy who talked the most. Like he might not even be having that big of a season, but like Debo on the Niners, like Debo legit is he's the Niners. You know what I mean? In greater ways than CJ's Philly, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like Debo he's a major piece to that team, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like he's a big part of what made them go, even if he's not playing that well. Like he's a big part of what makes them them. And so them losing Debo too, like that's why I say, like, bro, they completely resetting, bro. They completely resetting. And I do want to touch on this. I don't know if you had anything else to say about the Niners.
Hold on, real quick. The last thing in mind. Do you think that Kyle Shanahan, like as you were talking, I'm thinking, do you think Kyle Shanahan, knowing that they got paid Brock Purdy, is trying to see who's Brock Purdy, like see what he is? Like
does he have to pay him this year, or was that the last year? Was last year the last year of his deal?
No, he got this is last year upcoming.
This is last year. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking like, okay, you letting all these guys go. Okay, you got to pay Brock Purdy, but can Brock Purdy be that QB? Because last year the excuse was injury. So we're gonna give a healthy team. Oh, I did. My bad. I did. So are they setting the team up for like you're gonna have to carry us to the next level? And if you do, we're gonna pay your bread. But like basically it's like a show me what you got season for Brock Purdy. That's how I'm looking at it.
This is the thing though, and this is where it could come back. It could go one of two ways. It could work to their advantage or it could work to their disadvantage, right? Because at the end of the day, say he go out there and he show you what you want to see. Now you might have to pay him an amount of money you really ain't trying to pay him for real. Now he might reset the market because now he's done this, that, and the third. I've always come, and maybe it's just me being a Eagles fan, Howie Roseman guy. I've always been in the camp of like, bro, pay him early, get it out of the way early, so you ain't got to deal with it on the back end. Because if you deal with it on the back end, you got to pay more and more money, and then ultimately you're gonna overpay him. Like I said, I like Brock Purdy. I'm not as high as a lot of people. I'm not as low as a lot of people. I don't think he should be getting resetting the market type of bread. It's just my opinion as a quarterback in the league. But if you put him in that position and he balls out, which is possible, especially if you keep Ayuk, it's possible, you know what I mean, that he does that. Now you're putting yourself in a bind. But on the flip side, to your point, Joe, if he don't ball out, then you letting him go and you resetting at the quarterback position too, and you saving yourself. If you pay him early and he don't perform, then it's like, dang. If I was the Niners, though, I would just pay him. Bro. I think with Kyle Shanahan, as long as you get a couple pieces in place, I think he'll be solid. I think, in my opinion, Brock Purdy has proven enough. I don't think Brock Purdy was terrible last year. Given all the injuries, I thought Brock Purdy played well. I think you already kind of saw what he could do with some of everybody being hurt. Debo being in and out of the lineup, Ayuk being hurt, CMC not being great. And I think he wasn't Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Josh Allen, he wasn't like that. He wasn't Lamar Jackson, but he was solid.
Yeah.
I thought he was solid. And my bad.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Seahawks.
Yeah, I want to say, and I've been saying this for the longest, bro. I've been saying this for the longest. Whoever signs Sam Darnold is gonna be salty, bro. They gonna be salty, bro. I don't understand. First off, I don't think Sam Darnold is better than Geno Smith, bro. That might be a hot topic. That might be a hot button, bro. I'm not sure he better than Geno Smith, bro. So to come off Geno Smith and then replace him with Sam Darnold, I heard Richard Sherman say this earlier, and I couldn't echo it better. I feel like that's a lateral movement, bro. Like that's you just shuffling your feet. That's just you just moving from side to side. That's not moving you up, and it's not moving you down. You know what I mean? Like, right? I cut the hair. They cutting the players, man. It's crazy. It's crazy out here, Tom. It's crazy out here. But yeah, man. I really believe that whoever got Sam Darnold, it's gonna be tough for you because Sam Darnold was in a situation in Minnesota where he had everything offensively one could ask for. The offensive line could be a touch better, which is why they improved the offensive line a bit this offseason. But at the end of the day, bro, you had Justin Jefferson, you had Jordan Addison, you had Hockenson coming back from injury, right? Like you had Aaron Jones in the backfield, and then you had Kevin O'Connell, who's a great coach, in my opinion. Like one of the best coaches for a young quarterback, one of the best coaches for a quarterback that has a lot to prove. Like he's just a great coach. He makes the game easier on his quarterbacks. And I really think that facilitated in Sam Darnold having the season that he had. He had everything lined up for him. When he hasn't had everything lined up for him, we've seen what he can be, and it ain't good. So now you go to Seattle, no DK. I'm not sure if Tyler Lockett is still there. I don't think Tyler Lockett is still there, if I'm not mistaken. All you got is JSN. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, bro. I think that the decision making up top with the Seattle Seahawks, man. You right. I maybe should have made them a top 3 loser, bro. Like honestly, I think that was nobody's scared of Seattle with this move. They got Sam Darnold. Let's insert Bron meme. Oh, they got Sam Darnold. Well, nah, bro. With Minnesota, sure. And even with Minnesota, Joe, we saw what happened when the games really mattered. He folded. Y'all think he gonna be better in Seattle? Crazy, bro. Crazy.
Here's my pushback, though. All right. So Geno Smith, his cap hit this year was $31 million. $31 million. So they traded him away and got assets back, and they did a lateral move and got Sam Darnold. They signed to 110 3-year contract, which is $36 million a year. But only 55 guaranteed, which is only $18 million a year guaranteed. So, yes, it's a lateral move, but it's like they didn't move. You know what I mean? Like they actually kind of save money. Getting rid of they save money and they're protected for a couple of more years until they can replace Sam Darnold. Because they do feel like they're going to have a good defense. They do feel like that. They're going to have a great defense with McDonald being the head coach. And Sam Darnold is like a plug in a stoppage right now. They don't have a high draft pick. There's not a high quarterback draft right now. So a lot of people are trying to find this way. Get a quarterback from right now until the next draft or next 2 years. So I feel like it was a decent. They didn't pay him that much. 110 and 55 is only guaranteed.
Bro, if I don't care if he's a stoppage plug or not. If I'm a Seattle fan, I'm not happy, bro. I am not happy, bro. Like I know Geno getting the cap hit. That's a valid point with Geno getting paid as much as he's getting paid, bro. But I don't think Sam Darnold is going to be good at all, bro. Bro. I am not sold. He almost got me last year. But then I saw what I saw down the stretch. Bro, this is gonna be one of them. It's still gonna it's still the water gonna seep through, Joe. It's like he not gonna plug up nothing. Is what I'm getting at, bro. It's not gonna look good. I'm telling you, Joe.
They got Clint Kubiak as the offensive coordinator. I like that move. He wants to run the ball.
What happens if you can't run the ball, Joe?
That's fine. Then it's like having Geno. I mean, if he don't earn his contract.
Also keep in mind, Geno had he had a few more. He had DK and Tyler Lockett as well, not just JSN.
See, look, this is what I'm saying. If he doesn't play well, you're only spending $55 million in 3 years. That's 18 a year. That's fine for a quarterback. That's really good. Trevor Lawrence get paid 55. Tua get paid 53. I think, but if he lives up to his contract and earn his money, then you won. That means he's actually gotten better, and he could earn his 110, which is still 36, which is still small for today's quarterbacks. So that's the only option they had.
You like win or lose, they'll be all right, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they look, they Sam Darnold is trash. Fine, we can get a quarterback. If Sam Darnold and then have the money we signed him for, he ain't getting it. Cool. Better than keeping Geno for $31 million. Or if he becomes good and actually got better, then we straight. We just keep him.
My advice for the Seattle Seahawks is y'all better hit up my guy Carl talking college. Figure out what them quarterback prospects are for the next couple of years. Hit him up. Yo, what the quarterback's looking like over the next couple of years? We gonna need one. That will be my next move, man. Hit my guy CTC up, figure out what the prospects are. That's what I'm doing, bro. Because ain't no way, bro. We saw what we saw. We saw what we saw, and this year is gonna get. It is not. You had Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson. I guarantee it's. I will down that hill, bro. It's not getting better. It's not getting better, bro. And so that's my. That's bro. I was right there. I was like, all right, because I'm also looking at the supporting cast. And I said before the season started, like anybody that is the quarterback for the Vikings, and I feel like wait now. So I'm kind of high on the young quarterback that they got last year in the draft, blanking on his name right now. But JJ McCarthy, I'm kind of high on him because they got a great team in place. They just need a quarterback to play well when it matters. That's all they need right now.
Play well when it matters. Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it, bro. They just need a quarterback to play well when it matters, and they'll be good.
Winner. No, he was a winner in Michigan. I mean,
yeah.
Sorry, Carl, but he was. I know you don't like Michigan, but listen, man. Let's talk about another sport, the NBA. Your boy LBJ, LeBron James, confronted Stephen A. Smith during the game. This wasn't pre-game. This wasn't post-game. This was during the game, like during the timeout. He approached Stephen A. and had a few words. I got the video, AJ, if you want to see. I got the video. We can show the people at home when we talking about all up in his grill, like, what's up? Leave my son out of this. Don't talk about my son. I thought I was watching John Q for a second. So look, what's your reaction on this beef between? And then Stephen A. also came on his show the next day and he addressed it. All right, he addressed the situation. So, what's your reaction to what happened between Stephen A. and LeBron James?
Man, My reaction, bro, is, man, this business that we in, Joe, it's not an easy business, bro. It's not an easy business, bro, to be in, bro. You know, I feel like a lot of players these days, man, they don't want to hear the truth, especially when they're at a certain caliber. They do not want to hear the truth, bro. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, man, you know, every now and then I'm at the Wolves games as a media member. And you got watch what you say on these shows out there, man. You say the wrong thing, you can step into that locker room, you might have a situation, you might catch some looks, you might get some, you know what I mean? Now I haven't been put in them situations yet, because hey, I keep it smooth. I'm gonna be smooth about it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna put myself in that situation. But if you Stephen A. Smith, I heard what he said on First Take, bro. They pay me $100 million. Shout out to Stephen A. They paid me $100 million to say the real, to say the truth, to speak on what's going on. And at the end of the day, that's all he did. Now, I did, to LeBron's defense, I did see, and I don't know how accurate this is. I follow one of these accounts. Hey, you might catch a fade. You might have a problem on your hands. You might have a problem on your hands. You say the wrong thing in these spaces, and then you got to step into the locker room. You know what I mean? But like I said, back to LeBron.
He's talking about the new fade, you guys. What are you talking about?
Oh, she's saying looks like no, low key. You know what I mean? Low key. But no, to LeBron though. One thing I did see, I follow one of the accounts that, like, you know how they read lips and all that, and he was talking to I want to say, what is his name? Jefferson. Blanking on his first name right now. One of the analysts, ball analysts. Richard Jefferson. He was talking to Richard Jefferson, and he told Richard Jefferson said something to him, and Stephen A. was like, or not Stephen A. LeBron was like, you know, but when you say as a father, that's the issue I have. Like, you don't, you know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing, like, you don't say like, as a father, I plead with you to do this and the third. Like, you questioning me as a father. That part I do understand to an extent, and I can only say to an extent because I'm not a dad yet. I'm not a father, right? But I can understand grown man to grown man how you could be a little offended that somebody on national TV in a way, at least how you feel, questioning how you are as a father. At the same time, though, your son is in these spaces now. And if we being honest, your son is in these spaces in large part because of you. And also, if we being honest, he's not getting talked about if it's not because of you. So at the end of the day, you know, and I hope that Bronny knows, I'm sure at this point he knows, before he even went into the league, he knows you are LeBron's son. They gonna talk about LeBron's son. The best way to avoid this is to be normal. This is where you got to hold LeBron accountable. Because what 55th pick in the draft is going back and forth between the NBA and the G League? This is where you got to hold him accountable, bro. Does Stephen A. talk about Bronny if Bronny just doing his thing in the G League? It's not even a conversation. Where he should be in the G League. He's not even being talked about if he's just in the G League. But since he's going back and forth from the G League to the NBA and he getting some minutes in garbage time, it comes up in conversation. That's how it all starts. So yes, Stephen A. maybe should have phrased it a different way. But at the end of the day, Bron, you know what you signed up for. And to walk up on Stephen A., man, during the game, get all up in front of him, you know, 6'8", 250 pounds. Yo, talk about my son. It's like, come on, bro. We could have handled this so much better. Because if you watch the whole segment, it's not like Stephen A. We all watch Stephen A. or we all have watched Stephen A. before. Stephen A. could be so disrespectful to Bronny. He could be so disrespectful, bro. We didn't see how he Kwame Brown. We didn't see how he talked about some of these players in the league, bro. He got no hands. He can't get small. He got small feet. Can't get up and down the floor. Like, we see how he's going on rants about players. Jamarcus Russell, like, he's sitting up eating donuts and stuff like that. And Zion, talking about how Zion, he big, he needs to lose weight. And bro, we seen Stephen A. take it all the way there. And with Bronny, he has tiptoed. I don't think he should be here, but I wish the best for him. I don't know if this is smart, but I wish the best for him. Like, he has he has tiptoed as much as he possibly can. And I do agree. I think Bryce gonna be a problem. But he has tiptoed as much as he possibly can to not say what a lot of other people would want to say about Bron at this point when he steps into the league. He got an unfair advantage. And I honestly, as a black man, I ain't mad that he got an unfair advantage because we got to see a lot of certain section of people get unfair advantages all the time. So I'm not mad that LeBron doing what he's doing, but understand what comes with it, bro. This what comes with it, bro. Like if you got a problem with that little small instance of what Stephen A said, sure. But at the end of the day, Stephen A still said I wish him the best. I want him to do well. I think if he's in the G League doing XYZ, you know what I mean? We not really talk about him like that. But since he's in the league, I have a job to do. They're not paying me 100 M's for no reason at the end of the day. And I understand LeBron as a dad, you also got a job to do. But it starts with, hey, son, this is how they're going to talk about you till you up your game up. Stephen A said this man averaging 0.3 points, 0.5 rebounds, and 0.2 assists or something like that. Come on, bro. So that's my stance on it, man. I think Bron, if you had an issue with it, man, there was multiple different ways you could have addressed it. Don't act like you unbothered. And then when you see him, you bothered. Don't act like you but Bron don't like to respond to too many people. He don't say much to nobody. But don't act like, man, what Stephen A said ain't bothering me. But then you see him at the game and now I gotta da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like, come on, bro. I don't think that's how you handle it. And last thing, and I'll send it to you, Joe. If I'm Bronny, I'm hot. I'm hot. And I'm hot at my dad. As a competitor, I don't want you stepping up for me saying nothing. Let them talk how they're going to talk. Watch me up my game. Watch me do my thing. Watch me, you know what I'm saying, earn my way, earn my keep. And then they're going to change their tune. Bron ain't had nobody step up for him when they was coming at Bron. His mom wasn't all in the media jumping in. Now, she did jump in Paul Pierce's face when they got into that little altercation way back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I ain't forget about that. You know what I'm saying? He said, sit your ass down. You know what I mean? But he ain't had nobody stepping in for him like that. You know what I mean? If I'm Bronny, I'm upset. Yo, man, let me earn my keep. They got a point, Pops, if I'm being honest. Now, I'm going to come out. I'm going to do my thing. You see me doing my thing in the G League. Let me earn my keep, and then they're going to change their take. I wouldn't have been happy with my Pops. So that's just me, man. I hate to say it, bro. But as somebody that's in these spaces, I am more with Stephen A in this situation than I am with Bron. And that's just the truth. Y'all know how I feel about Bron. He's my GOAT, one of the best players on my team. But if you ask me what side I'm on, I'm with Stephen A more than I'm with LeBron. And again, maybe I'll have a different tune if I had a son. Maybe I'll feel differently if I had a child. So you got to put that in context. But as somebody that's in that space, I'm more with Stephen A, bro. I'm more with Stephen A, bro.
I 1000% agree with you. As a father, I'm a father of four, and I understand like Stephen A side of it. Like Stephen A, but first of all, I agree with you. The part where Stephen A, if he said as a father, if you're questioning LeBron's fatherhood, you question how he fathered his son, then LeBron has every right to step to Stephen A and do that, father to father. But like we talked about this on R2L the other day, and I try to paint the picture, right? LeBron James is like 10 years. He's a decade younger than Stephen A. Decade plus. And you are in the NBA, you bring your son along, and then you see a guy who's older than you, you know, criticizing your son, right? So you see him in person, and you approach him like, yo, like, chill. Keep my son, name out your mouth, whatever he said, right? So as a father, like in like a regular situation, you know, like if my son at the playground and there's an older guy talking to my son, I'm going to post the older guy like, yo, what you doing? Like, talk to me, don't talk to him. But as an NBA player, a pro athlete, somebody that's in the media all the time, AJ, who got the most NBA draft coverage? Which player had the most coverage in NBA draft? It was Bronny James. He was talked about more than every other draft pick, and he was the 55th pick in the draft. Most people don't remember. Casual fans don't even know who the first overall pick was. They remember Bronny was in the draft, though. Bronny got all the recognition. Oh, my God, it's great. Which rightfully deserved, you know, getting drafted into the NBA, father and son. Opening night, they got the most coverage, father and son. Oh, my gosh. When Bronny got his first bucket, it was on SportsCenter. Like, it was legit on SportsCenter. Like, whenever Bronny does well, the media praises it. Like, they give it attention. So we can't get mad the little times he getting criticized. Because keep a spade, like you said. We all know, like you said, the main reason why he got drafted to the Lakers this year was because LeBron James is his father. I get it. He can grow into an NBA player. We saw a guy like Jaylen Brown watch Summer League. Yeah, he's not an NBA player. Jaylen Brown, NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, said that. And I don't think he said it because he was hating. I mean, he was like that, like, I'm here. I showed up, I was courtside, he ain't ready. And we see he ain't ready. But when he come on the court, now he could eventually become like a less defensive version of Davion Mitchell. I could probably see that. Right? Man, Bronny, the only person I ever seen the highlight tape. He had 2 points.
He ain't lying. He's not lying, bro. He's not lying.
Right. Man had all waving the towel. Oh!
Couple passes side to side. Right. Man.
I know, man. Right? The whole highlight is him with his warm-up on. I was like, sorry. But anyway. But yeah, like LeBron gotta chill. He kind of do. Like you said, if I'm Bronny, I'm embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed. Like, I don't want you stepping into my, like, I can handle this. I'm a grown man myself. Like, we got to realize that when we sign, and then AJ, I was telling Tom one day about this. We doing this show, right? We are just like the athletes, AJ. Just like the athletes. We come on here, we speak, we talk. No matter what we say, there going to be some people who go against what we said and try to paint a bad picture about us. Mm-hmm. There are people in the comment section who gonna be crazy. Are we gonna get frustrated about that? No, because it comes with being in the media. It comes with being in the public. When you're in the public and you're doing something in public, you sign up for this. You gotta take all the criticism that comes with it, not just the praise. So Bronny has gotten praise a lot more than he has gotten criticized. And for real, but we're just talking about basketball, he should be getting criticized more than he should be getting praised because he hasn't done much in the NBA. And everybody know how he got there. He didn't do it like the regular people does. He got there and everybody's dad, which is, like you said, all fine and dandy. So those are my 2 cents on that, man. I agree.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I just, like I said, and again, like if you're gonna address the man, address him behind the scenes, bro. Everybody got each other's number. A phone call. If you want to see him in person, I know Stephen A. not hard to find. Like, to do it in that situation, bro. Like, and then I saw some players like, bro. I disagree with AJ's favorite teams. To do it in that situation, bro. Like, I get Stephen A. when Stephen A. was like, I feel like I kind of have to address this now because I believe that alone. I believe that alone. I believe it alone. Leave it alone. I guess what Stephen A. saying. Stephen A. on the show was just like, you know, if this was addressed, I'm paraphrasing. If this was addressed in the manner I wanted it, I would want us to address it. I wouldn't even brought it up. Like, I wouldn't have touched on this on the show. But since it's done at the game and it's a viral moment, now I feel like I got it. And I feel him 100%. You got to speak on it. You can't not say nothing. You got to speak on it. He don't run
for it. Conversation. I would give Stephen A. that. He don't run.
Not at all. Not at all. And like, and you know, I seen Kevin Love quoted to be like, "Oh, you had to, you wouldn't have, you would have said." It's like, yeah, bro, he probably being 100. Like, it's certain conversations that you have with players that you, especially a conversation like that. If Stephen A. really felt like it's a father-to-father conversation, Stephen A. not breaking out the first take the next day. He not. He don't want. That's not a conversation he gonna. You know, he gonna tell Bron what he feel in the moment, or he might not. Who knows? And he gonna move on. But since LeBron again. Since you decided to do it at the game, now fully expect everybody to be talking about it again. It's like you don't want him to be talked about. You don't want to be talked about. I feel like at times you don't want Bron to be talked about, but you handle things in a manner that makes sure that he's talked about. You do things in a manner that makes sure he's talked about. You do things in a manner that keeps him in that light. By again, not having him by having him just playing the G League. If he's just in the G League, nobody. if he's just in the G League, they just talking about the great things he's doing in the G League. They're not talking about him at this level if he's just in the G League and not in the NBA. If you handle this situation behind closed doors, Stephen A. not on TV talking about it the next day, talking about Bronny again. Like, so it's kind of a contradiction. You want us to stop talking about it, but now by default, now I got to talk about it again. Now I got to go on TV and remind people Bronny averaging. I said this because Bronny averaging 0.5 points, 0.3 assists, 0.2 rebounds, and I'm really said this about you more than I said this about Bron. Rehash the whole thing because you didn't want to just address it behind.
Exactly.
Come on, bro. Like, and this is LeBron, bro. You smarter than that.
And
is he trying to like punk him? Like, I'm finna just walk up to him.
Bro,
and
he
then
the
you got
same one that tweeted. Remember
that Bronny was better than a bunch of the NBA players in the league? Like, bruh. It's like, yes. Now, Tomo said,
I'm here.
I got to scroll and find it again. But Tomo said that Savannah said, here it go. Savannah said something, so Bron had to do it. But like, but again, now again, respectfully, you know, we are married. Both of us are married. You know what I'm saying? Your wife say something. Like, hey, that's what you need me to do. All right. But that conversation has to come with.
But
we know what we signed up for, though, babe. We kind of knew that they was going to talk about Bronny, good or bad.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like we kind of knew. So are you sure this is what we want to do? You sure this how we, because we knew this is what there are certain privileges that they have now that they have earned as a family, as Bronny. They have earned the privilege of Bron putting his son in this situation. And I had this debate with somebody a while ago. It's like, this is unfair. This is this, that, and third. And I took it to a place that I don't normally take it. But I took it to a place of how many times have we seen people from a different descent with a different skin color get opportunities just because they're from a different descent and a different skin color, and their father or their brother or their sister or so-and-so put them in position to where they could do XYZ. We see this all the time. We see this in almost every profession there is. Like, dog don't belong here, but we know why you here though. We ain't gonna say it out loud, but we kind of know why you here. So me personally, I understand why Bron in the league. I'm not mad at Bron being like, look, I see these guys get privileged all day long. Why not? I earned the right to put my family in position to do what they love. I earned the right if Bronny good enough, even if it's a little by default, I've earned the right to get him to college, get him to USC, force his way to LA and play with me. I've earned that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm passing this down to my son, like we've seen so many other people from different descents and different skin colors do. So I'm not mad at that. But again, at the same time, understand what comes with the territory, bro. Fully understand what comes with the territory, bro. And like I said, Stephen A could have been so much worse, bro. And that's the part, again, Joe, that's the part that bugs me. Some people go at Stephen A, and I'm not the biggest Stephen A fan, bro, but I respect Stephen A as an analyst. Stephen A not always on point, bro, but like you can tell when Stephen A holding back. And I feel like so many players have gotten mad at Stephen A in the past for telling the truth. Bro, that's what this business is about. Some of these guys want to be new media and they want the microphone in front of their face and they want to do podcasts and they don't want to tell the truth on these podcasts. They don't want to tell the truth. They want to get behind there and cap. No. Then you get like prime example, and I hate to be long-winded with this. Prime example. I think LeBron at one point was mad because Stephen A broke the story that he was going to Miami before he decided to go to Miami because he had inside information that he was going to Miami. He came out and was like, I'm hearing that LeBron's going to Miami. And all LeBron's camp was mad. That's a lie. That's this. That's this. That's that. That's this. And then what happened? He went to Miami. Come on, bro. The KD situation, when he went to Golden State, Stephen A came out. Now, he was harsh. The worst move we've seen from a superstar since I forgot who he said, but it's the worst movie we've ever seen. Weakest movie ever seen. And to be honest, what was it, Joe? The weakest movie ever seen, bro. Come on, bro. That was the
I get it. I get why you say that.
Come on, bro. Now I get it, Stephen A. He loud, he boastful, and he, you know what I'm saying? He is who he is, bro. And I get it. But like, Joe, they pay us to tell the truth, bro. If y'all don't like the truth, I don't know what to tell you, but they paying me to tell the truth. I'm gonna tell it. If you don't, if you want it to sound a certain way, then you make the truth something you like. Meaning, Bronny go play better, and the truth will be Bronny's playing well. If you want it to be a different reality, then you can change. You have the power to change what we say. At the end of the day, man, you have the power to change. You have the ultimate power to go out there and change what we say. What Floyd Mayweather say, man, and since he said it, it's the funniest quote. But in this space, I live by it. What you want me to do? You want me to tell you the truth, or you want me to be honest with you? Which one you want? You gonna get one of the two. You gonna get one of the two.
Yeah, man, and like I know we gotta go, but I do want to say this. I know you mentioned Savannah. I was trying to find a comment. The Savannah comment. That
I put it up. I put it up before.
Here you go. Here you go. Savannah said something, so Bron had to do what he needed. All right, so you mentioned that, right? If my son Jameer, who's a baller, by the way, he be hooping. Gets to the NBA. And then this is going on, right? And then my wife, shout out to my wife Heidi, and said, Joe, you gotta say something. I was watching First Take, and Stephen A said he's gonna be at the Knicks and Lakers game. You gotta say something to him when he get there. I'm like, Heidi, what am I saying? Something? What am I saying? Like, I'm gonna ask him, what am I saying? He been talking about our son. I'm like, hey, they talk about me. That's what pays the money. That's what come with it. And if I do have a conversation, babe, I can't do it in front of everybody. I got to point to the side. Like he said, he made a scene.
Bro, he did.
Like he came up. This wasn't before. I think this was during the game. All eyes were watching. It's a prime time game, AJ. And like you a poster, man, in front of everybody on court side. Like, first of all, a conversation can't be had right there. You're not gonna swing. Even they're not gonna swing. Like, what are you doing? Like I don't know if it was a look to try to be tough, or he had enough of Stephen A. and said, I gotta say something. Maybe that was the case, but bro,
I think I was gonna say I think kind of what you said. I think it might have been a knee jerk, kind of like I think I'll say something to do. I think it was a split. You know what I mean? A split decision.
You're right.
But I'm with you though.
He was feeling that. He was
right. I'm feeling good. Stephen, I'm gonna say something to him about my son. All right, man. Let's get ready to wrap this up. Last topic of the day, man. Golden State. We gonna make this one quick. Golden State, man. Draymond Green came out a while ago, and he said All-Star break when they got Jimmy. I think they played 1 or 2 games at the time, maybe 3. Can't recall. But he said, "Hey, man, we winning the championship. This was about to go down. We finna win the championship." And both of us was kind of like, I know you said, I don't think he crazy, but I wouldn't pick them to win the championship. I was like, bro, you tripping. Y'all not winning no championship this year. Like, that was my stance. Like, it's not happening. But since then, Golden State, they've been hooping, Joe. They've been hooping. So I got to ask you, Joe, what you think the Warriors' ceiling is, man? Do you think that they can win the championship? Legit.
Shout out to my brother J-Mo. In the words of Craig from Friday, yes. Yes. I think they can win the championship. They can win the championship. I mean, is Steph Curry on that team? He is, right?
Yes,
4-time champion. This looking more like the 2022 Warriors. A little better, too, probably. They're looking pretty nice. Now, don't get me wrong. The opponents we thinking about outside of them, OKC Thunder, Lakers, only in the West. Nuggets, most likely, too. And in the East, you got the Boston Celtics, maybe the Cavs, maybe the Bucks, right? But the Warriors, since acquiring Jimmy, you know what? Since the All-Star break, let's talk about that. Since the All-Star break, they have the second best net rating in the league right now, behind the Cavaliers, who haven't lost the All-Star break, by the way. The Warriors are 12-1 with Jimmy Butler, too, by the way. Steph Curry has took it to another level. He was averaging 24 points a game before Jimmy Butler, 23 points a game before Jimmy Butler arrived. I say he shouldn't be in the All-Star game because he was slumming. Jimmy Butler gets there. Since All-Star break, Steph is averaging 30 points and 7 assists a game, while shooting 51% from the field and 44% from 3. And he's being clutch in these games. So Steph is looking rejuvenated. He's looking like he just got a second breath, like he looked so ready, so excited, kind of like how LeBron looked when Luka showed up. That's how Steph looked when Jimmy Butler showed up. All right. One of the unsung heroes for this team, Moses Moody. They needed one of these guys to take a leap. Moses Moody, nah, he ain't take no leap. Like he could be a potential all-star, but he took the necessary leap for a role player. Since the Jimmy Butler trade, he's averaging close to 12 points a game, which is pretty okay. While shooting, what's this? 43% from 41% from the 3-point line. So that's good too. Kuminga is just now coming back. Kuminga has been out this whole time, which gives him another scorer and another defender on the wing with them, right? So, and Jimmy Butler, the unknown playoff Jimmy. What we gonna get from Jimmy? I seen Jimmy take down Giannis multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
I see Jimmy take down the Celtics multiple times. I see Jimmy take the LeBron and AD. This LeBron wasn't like LeBron we saw those years ago. And
in the bubble,
AD.
yep. Mm-hmm.
I know it was in the bubble. He had Chris Dunn. I think his name was Chris Dunn. He had a rookie on. He had two rookies. Tyler Hero. I think it's Chris Dunn. Tyler Hero and the other rookie. He had that on Bam Adebayo when he was young, and took on the 6th game having a 240-point triple doubles. So
Duncan Robinson.
Duncan Robinson, who got a contract off that, right? So when you have Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler and then Draymond Green, I mean, we talking about like since the Jimmy Butler trade, Draymond Green has been back to looking like one of the best defensive players in the NBA. And speaking of defense, right now since the All-Star break, the Warriors are the 5th best team defensively, 5th in defensive rating, 2nd in offensive rating, 3rd in points per game, and the key one I like, the old Warriors strength of numbers, they 1st in assists. That's how you know the Warriors are rocking. So, do I think they can win a championship? Absolutely. Would I be shocked? No. That's why I ain't want to come on here and say no, they won't, because they can win the championship. But would I pick them though? No, I'm not picking them. I'm sorry. I say all that to say I'm not picking y'all, but they gonna win it though.
It depends.
Kendrick, no.
I think that when I look at the Western Conference, right, there are 2 teams in the Western Conference. If I'm the Warriors, I'm nervous if I got to see. It's the Lakers, healthy, and it's the Denver Nuggets. Because I firmly believe that every other team that they could see in this West, whether it be the Wolves at some point, the Thunder at some point, the Grizz at some point, the Rockets at some point, I think they can outthink. Between Jimmy, Steph, Draymond, and Steve Kerr, they can outthink y'all. You know what I'm saying? They can outplay y'all. I think they can out-hustle y'all. But when it comes to going up against Bron and Luka with JJ Redick, when it's against Jamal Murray and Jokic with Mike Malone, I don't think you outthinking them teams, because them 2 teams have at least a player or a whole team that has championship pedigree. So I think that's not a matchup. Now, do I think it's impossible for them to beat those teams? I don't, because you have Steph. And he, like you said, he has upped his game to another level. But I do think you don't want that to be a first round matchup. If the Lakers are healthy and they see the Lakers in the first round, they're going home. And I think if they see Denver in the first round, I also think they're going home. But I think if you can somehow avoid those guys to maybe the second round or the third, I think you got a better shot. If one of these guys get knocked off, I think you got a better shot. But I do love what I'm seeing. 9-1 over their last 10 games. Jimmy's playing at a high level. I question the fit personally, but it looks like Jimmy. One thing I like about Jimmy, bro, is Jimmy. He's a whatever is required. He's a whatever is required type of guy. I'll rebound. I'll defend. I'll facilitate. I'll go score. Whatever y'all need me to do, I will go do. I mean, the man just had a triple-double last night. I think they said the first triple-double since 1972 for the Golden State Warriors. Some crazy number like that, which was wild to see, right? In his first couple games with the Warriors, you know what I'm saying? He giving you about 18 points a game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Like, you got Kuminga coming back soon too. Can't forget about Kuminga. Big time piece. big time young piece. You know what I'm saying? That can add to both sides of the floor. So I think it's possible. But Joe, I think it's possible that I could score an NBA bucket. I think it's possible that if you put me on the NFL field, I could get a yard. I also think it's possible that if I entered the lottery, I could win. I think all of those are possible. Like, it can happen. It can happen. But will it happen? I don't think it's gonna happen. I think all of those things probably. Well, I might get an NBA bucket. I'm just saying, backdoor cut, layup. You know what I'm saying? Step back trade. I might get an NBA bucket. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anything else, I'm a little frail trying to get an NFL yard. I might get smacked. I'm a little skinny for an NFL yard. I ain't gonna lie. And the lottery, we know how slim them chances are. So I don't mean to compare it. You know, so I just want to sneak that joke in there. I think they have a chance. When Draymond first made his statement, I was like, bro, cut it out, bro. But one thing I paid attention to him saying, Joe, was like, we feel like we can win every game. We feel like we can win every game. And you can see that. You see that belief. You see that confidence. So one thing that does make you nervous about Golden State, when they confident, when Steph is rolling, when Draymond Green talking his trash, hitting dagger threes against the Pistons. Just like the Detroit Pistons. Shout out to Carl. Draymond hitting dagger threes against the Pistons. When stuff like that is happening, you know what I mean? Then, you know, you can't completely rule them out. But again, I think the first round matchup is going to be key. I think it's going to be key. I wouldn't want to see the Lakers or Denver until like conference finals, if possible. You know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, J-Mo. I'll say, and you give me 7 NBA trades, bro. I'm gonna give you at least 3 of them. At least 3 of them going down. What percentage is that? I can do quick math real quick.
That's like 30.
42%. No, that's 32%.
No,
I think it's 42. Okay, I'll okay. Let's just say, because that's like Steph Curry shooting from the trade. So let's just say I get you 20. I definitely should. I'm definitely making at least probably closer to 3-4, depending on the space. You know what I'm saying? I got a little room. You know what I mean?
I got space.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? NBA guys, they 6'8". I'm barely 6 foot, bro. So these guys, you know what I'm saying? I might not be able to get it off. But if I got a little room, you know what I mean? If I'm playing alongside somebody that can space it out a little bit, give me some clean looks on. So we raining trades. I'm just saying. Let me not, man.
Hey, I'm letting you know right now. Denver versus Warriors. Give me Golden State.
Ooh. I will say this. I do like the Jimmy. I do like Jimmy from the standpoint of like, if you put him on Michael Porter Jr. or even Jamal Murray, but really on Michael Porter Jr., it can make things tough because Michael Porter Jr. in the playoffs is like he really, I don't want to use the phrase underrated because he's not, but he's a slept on piece he's killer in the playoffs. He
gives you a game or two.
Bro, he do. And big time shots where it's like, yo, this man can't miss today. And then Jamal in the playoffs, Jamal is Jamal. But the one thing I will say about Jamal is it's hard to check Lamar. It's hard to check Jamal because of how he plays off Jokic, coming off screens and things of that nature. Like it's hard to check him in the postseason. But Mike Malone, even though I don't like him, I respect him as a head coach. I think they would have to beat them off of playing extremely well. I don't think they could beat them off of just being smarter than them. Like I feel like they could beat a lot of other teams in the West because a lot of the teams in the West are really young. And so I don't know. I would lean towards Denver. I would lean towards Denver like 6-7 games. Look, especially because Denver got home court. My bad, but go ahead. My bad.
I love Mike Malone, but when Jokic is not on the floor, they're garbage. This is every single year. They're Jokic or bust. Literally, Jokic or bust. So Mike Malone, good coach, but Jokic. Somebody Jokic more. And like Jokic and like they're role players. Like one thing about the Nuggets, y'all exposed them. Y'all did. They got no shooters. Yeah. Literally, they got Jamal Murray, Mark MPJ. That's it. I mean, for real. Let Bron shoot. You know, let Eric Gordon shoot. Let them shoot. So the Warriors defense defense stepped up since Jimmy Butler got there. They got a really good defense. So give me them. And then also with LeBron being hurt, Lakers can slide and swap with Memphis. So Memphis can be that number 2 seed or number 3 seed.
Yeah.
So Warriors can see Memphis first round.
Oh, that's a dub.
They can see Memphis first round easily and Nuggets second round. And then y'all gotta see OKC second round.
I want to ask you this before we get off. I want to ask you this. You said you don't think you wouldn't pick them to. Would you pick them to come out of the West?
Let me say this. I wouldn't, right? The only team I feel like they can't beat though, like how about this? If they go into a series with anybody in the West, I'm like, yo, the Warriors can win. The only team I'm thinking about it's a bad matchup for them are the Lakers. The Lakers, I think the Lakers, y'all can beat them because of the LeBron factor. Like you said, like you can't outsmart. It's kind of like you can't do that with LeBron James. But they're a small team. That's how the Lakers always had their advantage. But Luka and LeBron's gonna be tough. But they play the Nuggets, and then OKC is young. I'm picking OKC to come out the West. Let you know right now.
Okay.
Before we get to the playoffs.
Gotcha. I was asking. I forgot you did make that pick before the season started. You got OKC coming up. Okay. I got you.
Went down a little bit, but I'm still sticking with them though. All right. That Luka trade got me a little worried, but they can beat OKC. They can definitely beat OKC. So, but I'm going with OKC though. Shout out to SGA year. So this playoff run might remind you of some guys you like in NBA history.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he might have that type of run. I'm feeling like this 2020, 2010, 2011.
Oh,
2020, 09, 2010. Around the time.
We got to revisit this. we got to revisit. I'm curious to see where you go with that one, man. But we got time. Joe, let's wrap it up, man. Let's wrap it on up.
Let's get it, man. Hey, listen, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all a lot. Everybody in the chat section. Y'all were hilarious today in the chat. We appreciate y'all. We knew it was going to be some funny comments, especially with that Stephen A. versus LeBron conversation. Shout out to my command. Well, shout out to everybody on the network. Shout out to everybody in the R2L family. Shout out to my bro right here, AJ, with the new cut, the new look, Super Bowl AJ. Joey, I know you ain't. I said I dial it back because we don't want 2011. Come on now, we don't want nobody folding in this finals. We want people to win the finals. But so shout out to the Commanders. Y'all doing y'all thing in the all season. Shout out to my Kings. Not really, because once we lost to the Clippers, and then we got blown out by the Knicks without Jalen Brunson, AJ, I'm done with them, bro. What's the point of making the playoffs? You're not gonna win. Just get the lottery pick, and hopefully we do what the Hawks did and jump to the first pick, something like that. It's get into the lottery. So that's all I got for y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Like usual, man, my last words are I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate R2L. Appreciate the people watching from my channel, Timeout/Full Timeout. Appreciate you, my guy, Joe, always making this a great show, always making it entertaining. Eagles fans, hey, man, I just say relax. First off, we just won the Super Bowl. We just won one. It's hard to repeat, number one. It's hard enough to win to repeat within division, let alone come back and win the Super Bowl again. So I just say relax. I'm not saying it's not a possibility for us this year, but we got our offense. We got our major pieces on defense. We still have Howie Roseman, right? So let's just wait to see how the full offseason unfolds, man. Some of us Eagles fans, we get real dramatic, bro. Like, bro, the offseason just started. It'll be all right. Like, let's just see how this all unfolds. Take the man at his word. If he said he got a plan, trust the plan, because he's given us 2 Super Bowls. Like, come on now. So that's that. Lakers, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, Rory, whenever you get back healthy, and JJ Redick, this is your time to showcase. I mean, not Luka, because Luka is Luka. Let's just go with Austin Reeves, Rory when he comes back, DFS, the other guys around Luka and LeBron, and JJ Redick. This is your time to showcase what y'all could do, because we got a tough schedule coming up. Now, we made it all the way up to the 2nd seed and just lost to Brooklyn the other night. We got a tough schedule coming up, yo. That wasn't a game we should drop. That's not a game we should drop. But if y'all play at a high level and just keep the thing afloat until Bron comes back, so we get solid seeding in this playoffs, we'll have a chance to get to the NBA Finals. I firmly believe that. But if y'all let the ship sink, I don't know what to tell y'all. And so this is y'all window to showcase what y'all could do, man. You know what I mean? Showcase what y'all could do. Keep us in flow, in the, you know what I'm saying, in the dance. Bron, get healthy. You know what I mean? They talked about this stretch of games, all these back-to-backs, and I saw somebody like, man, they trying to kill Bron out there. And I'm like, man, I hope this man can get through this stretch healthy. And sure enough, groin injury. It's like, oh, but we got Luka, who also needs to be a little bit better offensively, not facilitating the rebound, but scoring, got to be more efficient. But let's get through this stretch. Let's get back healthy. Let's stay within that. Let's just say top 4 seeds for now. Let's stay within that range, and we get to make a run, man. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Again, thank y'all for tuning in to this week's episode of Unfazed, where me and my boy JJ, we remain unfazed.
Unfazed. Let's go. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.